On Dust 2, I definitely favor Dignitas. And on Overpass, I really don't know, but I have a sneaky suspicion this could end in a 2-0 victory for Dignitas.
Okay. All right, well then, there we have it. Nip, however, lots of experience on Overpass. It basically comes down to Inferno right here for Nip. If they're going to have a chance of taking this whole series, they need to pick up this first map.
Oh, but look at this cool setup here. They've got 3 people at top of Banana, and actually Exist doesn't even need, like, teammates there. But if they try to rush down Exist, they'd be really surprised, and Freiburg is there with a kill on Device. So this is a really cool setup from NIP, and Dignitas haven't really... I mean, this trap that's up here hasn't even been sprung yet. It's like Dignitas have kind of tumbled before they even got to the bear trap.
They're still hanging out there. That's the crazy thing. But Sipnix is currently making some noise up in A apartments, and Get Right assassinates him too. Now they're finally going to run into Fetish. Exist gets another headshot. This is all over the place. Nip are just flat out winning these duels. They haven't taken a single point of damage yet. And they're sitting on the bomb now, so it's just totally out of control.
Yeah, Dupree has made his way in through Archway and is actually sort of behind enemy lines, but there's really no such thing anymore since he's alone. So, I mean, they're covering everything and they have enough manpower to be able to do it. So this is just kind of running down the clock for Dupree. I think there's not much he could do at this point.
If he can pick up a frag, give him a little bit more money to spend in the next round, considering Dignitas might go for a pistol armor here. He's going to spot out Forrest. He takes him out fairly quickly here. Second kill goes his way as well. Freiburg is down. And now it's just Exist sitting on this bomb. He's got a rotation coming in from Fiflaren. So Dupree taking this fight. Dupree nearly getting the triple. Fiflaren dropping so low. But that is how Nip actually need to turn things around. At least they lock it down just out of sheer numbers. But that was a hell of a performance there from Dupree, getting 2 kills and nearly a third.
It was pretty nice, right? That pretty makes them feel a little bit better, just knowing they didn't get completely crashed out. Is that an MP9 picked up by Forrest? Oh, man.
What?
This weapon feels and sounds like it's made of plastic, and I have a hard time being killed by it. It makes me very angry just getting shot by
I love that it's Forrest that picks it up because he's like the biggest troll in CS.
The Toys R Us gun.
He's just like, yeah, I'm going to shoot you with this. Oh, he's got a skin for it, too.
So actually the setup that Nip had going on at top of Banana, I'm pretty sure was meant to counter a direct rush from Dignitas. If they had all rushed up there, they would have seen Exist first, then they would have been followed up by Forrest, who was over there, and then like there would have been a third guy hiding behind the sandbags. So it was like a pretty elaborate trap from NIP, just never really got put into play. They were just out shooting Dignitas.
Exactly.
Pretty basic stuff, in fact.
Yeah, it would have really just required Dignitas to fully commit, and Forrest is going to manage to land a pretty sick shot there. He gets the second follow-up, gets the third as well. Fiflaren and Forrest, just a perfect crossfire at the top of mid, and they finish it quite nicely here. That's a lot of money for Forrest to pick up as well. $600 per SMG kill means a lot of money in the bank, and we can see it right there.
Actually, at that point, it's almost like you have to wonder, is it worth it to just like avoid getting killed by Forrest once you know where that submachine gun is, just because you don't want to give them too much money? Now, what's interesting is Dignitas did not get the bomb plant in the first round, but they have actually bought AKs and Galils in this round. And that might be because of the submachine gun on Forrest. They thought, all right, if he's going to save that because he's expecting a third round buy or a fourth round buy instead of a third round buy, maybe it's worth it for us to see if we can take him down. And
but Waylanders, SMGs, they do more damage versus armor now.
Yeah, they do, but only 20%. Flashbangs through. Fiflaren in a pretty good position, and Forrest actually going to pick up a kill anyway with that MP9. He does go down, and Get Right's going to pick up the one. Goes for a second. Really not well-controlled spray there from Get Right, which is unusual. And that's going to give Device the chance to put the bomb down. He's got Fetish covering him somewhere. This is still not a good position for Dignitas.
Yeah, only 6 HP left on him as well. He can get tagged through that box so easily, but there you go. Fetish managing to pounce on Fiflaren. And this is into a 2-on-2 now. This is way too close for comfort. Nip, it comes down to Freiburg. He's going to lead the charge. He's waiting on the other side of the smoke. Takes that fight with Device. Takes way too much damage in the exchange as well. But it's all down to Fetish now holding on short. Bit of a decent spot for him. He can still try and get in here, but it's going to come down to Exist now for NIP to shut him down, and he does just that. So no kid on NIP there either. That would have been a bit dicey. If Fetish could have bought a couple more seconds, that could have changed everything.
I think Fetish was convinced that someone was going to come around quad instead of both of them going through Archway, so it's just kind of how it goes. I mean, Dignitas could have actually got shut down a lot earlier if Get Right had controlled the spray properly. It seemed like he should have definitely had that kill. Yeah. So a bit unusual. I mean, he's still doing fine. He's 3-0-1, but yeah, that was definitely not the Get Right we're used to seeing. So
yeah, exactly.
I think that actually gave Dignitas a chance to even get the bomb down. And as a result, they're going to be buying this round too. So that's a big difference. If they hadn't put down that bomb, I'm sure they would have been ecoing.
Fiflaren going for the AWP in the 4th round, that's also a bit of a shift here. not very often that we actually see. Nip are one of those teams that can just stick to rifles, but Exist just madly spraying. He finally gets the job done, but that takes way too long. And AC will turn that into a 1-for-1 trade. It's down to Freiburg now. They're going to come rushing through the smoke, picks up the first, gets the second, and this could be Fetish walking into it, and he does take damage, but he still gets the kill.
Oh, that grenade from Farron almost catches Fetish, but not quite. So there's going to be another bomb plant here for the Danish team, and Fetish actually leaping through the smoke. He's going to get caught by Farron, who was ready with the USPS, so good job by him. As now it's a 1-on-3. Sipnix going aggressive here, and it's going to walk into Forest. I still think that's a reasonable idea for Sipnix to do, because obviously hiding inside the bomb site, they will find him and kill him when there are 3 people left. But if you can take down Forest, maybe that's going to cause enough confusion, so...
Opens up different channels as well, because then it's like Flowers, CT, they kind of have to have that one guy watching 2 angles, and it gets a little bit tricky there for Nip. So, Sip, it really was that do-or-die situation, right?
Yeah.
If he can get it done, fantastic. If not, well...
But overall, obviously the man of that round was Freiburg, just holding on and getting those 2 kills. Really important stuff. A little bit disappointed Dignitas didn't do a better job of actually getting through the smoke, or even just shooting through. Like, just instead of running through one at a time, once the first guy goes down, the rest should just be shooting through the smoke at that point and using the radar, like the radar blip really quickly to try and do that. Fiflaren will take down Fetish, and actually there's a good headshot from AC to return the kill on Freiburg, but then get right in the apartments, and he's got backup really close by Forest, so the NIP are definitely playing better than I thought they would right now.
They've got a very crisp... I mean, it's clearly showing that they've got some ideas here as to how they want to play this, or at least they're changing it up somewhat with a clever pistol play. Fiflaren going for an AWP and peeking aggressively in mid. You know, this is a bit of a change of pace here for Nip. We'll see if it works, and Fiflaren will pick up a second frag. So that's actually him. Even if he gets taken out there...
I'd say, yeah, and I'd say also just like NIP are hitting more shots than I've seen them do in the last couple of, weeks. So it's also just down to basic things like that. Get right, finding a good one on their own device. And he actually will get taken out by Sipnix, who picks up 2 kills and has enough time to get the bomb down. So the silver lining here for Dignitas is they keep getting rounds where they can get bomb plants. And Sipnix even had 1 smoke lift, which he kind of manages to use to put the bomb down, just make sure he doesn't get flanked anywhere. Exist can... Just by covering this angle, he knows now that Sipnix isn't hiding in one of these corners. So this is just like his way of saying, all right, I know that I don't have to check any of these corners. You can tell he won't. He's not even looking because he already knows no one's made the crossover. And Sipnix is getting up into apartments, which is definitely a strong position for him right now. This is going to be really hard for the Swedish captain.
I mean, is he just going to check apartments now? He's going to go for the re on the defuse. Is this going to be close enough?
Wow.
He just gets it, Sipnix. Way too close for comfort there.
That ticked past the 1 second point there. That was a very, very close. Exist had the right idea, and obviously, sadly, if he had kept defusing the first time, he couldn't know that. But if he had, he would have got it straight up. That was incredibly tense. Just look at the timing here. It ticks, and then... That's just seconds or nanoseconds away. 4-1, and Dignitas actually get that round thanks to Sipnix clutching it 1-on-3 almost.
Yep, exactly. That was just huge play there. The individual play coming in from Sipnix for Team Dignitas that could change everything. But then now they're in a bit of a tough position because they lose so many members. They have to spend all of their money in this round re-upping, re-equipping. And if they were to lose it, they'll be right back to square one. And Nip get a whole lot of momentum going their way here at the beginning of this half. So a lot of pressure on Team Dignitas now to get the follow-up round, and Forrest falling back towards this A site. He's trying to block off short. He loses his teammate Get right up in apartments, so it is down to Forrest. Now he's got help from Exist, who's already rotated over, and in fact, everybody rotated over here for Nip. They fully committed to the defense here.
Yeah, and this is going to work out perfectly. Freiburg's coming up from behind any second now. He's going to pick up the first kill and could have got that second one if Exist didn't take it away beforehand. Sipnix down here, again, trying to see if he can do some more damage, and be really important, even if they lose this round, which they almost certainly will. Getting more than 2 kills would have been huge for them. The fact that NIP survived with 3 members is great, and Exist is the man who picks up 3 kills from it. So, Dignitas definitely going to be ecoing.
It doesn't have as big an impact. That's the big thing here. It doesn't have as big an impact on Nip's money, just because Nip now with 3 guys alive, they can drop 2 guns and they can still full buy pretty much, as we can see with the nades. If they lose 3 guys and it's only 2 guys surviving, one of them is going to have to force up, and that gets awkward. So Nip, they're going to be able to stabilize fairly well here, and Team Dignitas just not a lot of money, so it's going to be a round of pistols for them.
Yeah, I think because of the way this game is progressing, the salvation for Dignitas will be if they can force NIP to eco at some point during this first half. And that's why it's important they keep killing people, even if they lose the round. They just need to keep NIP's economy pretty low. That's the name of the game here. Obviously, in a round like this, it's really hard. If they can get 1 or 2 kills in, they should be fairly happy with that.
This is dicey play here. Device is going to take out Exist, who was just insisting on facing there. Not too sure. Nip playing pretty aggressively versus pistols here. They know that they're pistols, but still, Team Dignitas, a team of this caliber, pistols, they're still going to make them hurt. So Nip lose one man. It's a 2-on-4 situation here. Dignitas deciding to go towards A. They're moving their way up quad. They've got that. I like how they're going to be watching both towards short and towards arch. So Fiflaren missing his shot there, lands the second one, and it's down to Device now. Last man alive here for Dignitas.
Yeah, he's trying to play this one clever, Device, because Fiflaren did kind of spot him. Now he's going back, and he's actually not going to check that corner, so he's going to... Yeah, Gerai will take him down easily. So only the one kill happening. Pretty good defense from NIP. I think they're going to be satisfied with this round. That's 6-1, and now you can see. I mean, a bit of a bank on Exist, a bit of bank on Freiburg too. It's pretty good. It's not ideal, but it's still a lot better than Dignitas that actually end up double ecoing on the terrorist side, which is
brutal.
Yeah, that's not often we see that.
Oh, that's really painful to see. You know, if they can get a plant, then we probably see them buying here. That puts them over the edge. But right now, Team Dignitas is just going to be flashes. Oh, Fiflaren missing a freebie there at the top of Banana. That's going to be painful. He still has Freiburg and Exist, but giving away that op is so dangerous, and Dignitas almost make it work. It's going to be AC now, taking point, just avoiding the flashes. He's point blank, and he's going to miss the shot. Exist manages to pick him off first.
Fact is, Sipnix actually taking that kill through. That's pretty good. Again, 2 kills coming in here is a big difference. And a third one from Sipnix. He's going to have to switch out his pistol. He's got 8 bullets left. He's going to go down eventually to Forest. That's a very good round from Dignitas. Now, the sad part is I'm pretty sure Device could have definitely had that kill. And that would have opened up that bomb site in a whole different way. 7-1. NIP do have a really good lead. And Dignitas are going to go ahead and buy even an Orb on Fetish without any armor. He's just going to go all in.
And they persist in having this AWP for Fiflaren as well. Freiburg just dropped that for him. So this seems like a new go-to strat here for Nip. And there you go. Fetish landing a great shot on Fiflaren, who's trying to cross it top mid. Forrest, however, is pushed down by Bench, and he's going to get a freebie on a Sipnix. They never expected it. Nearly gets the follow-up on Fetish as well.
Who has no head armor. This is a really bad battle for Fetish. He needs some backup here, because if Forrest lands even one chest shot, that's it. He's out of this round. And now Forrest is down in the grave, just like in the underpass waiting. And are they going to realize?
They have no idea. Oh, this is super sneaky.
They should at least check.
No idea.
Yeah, this is probably going to cost them the round. Timing is going to be everything here, but Forrest has a golden opportunity to just wreck Dignitas here. He's going to peek up 1, look around, and 2 just easy kills coming in here for Forrest. Great play, great positional play. Waiting for AC. C-set 75 almost gets a third one, but, well, he did get 3 kills, but a fourth one then. Leaving Dupree and AC left with 40 seconds. Going to sneak in here. Great timing, and Gerai gets caught. That puts it in a 2-on-2. Be a very painful round for NIP to lose here. After all that Forrest did.
Exactly. After 3 kills from Forrest, for the rest of the team to get mopped up. Nice Molly there, just on the edge, but the bomb gets planted and AC lives. He's got 21 HP right now. Dupree's got full HP for Dignitas, and they're both waiting in the pit. Exist not landing that shot. That's surprising considering he's leading the frag lead. He's in the frag lead right now for Nip.
Yeah, and actually Freiburg's kind of low as well, so this could work out. I mean, the position is great here for Dignitas. It's not going to be easy for NIP to make it happen. Freiburg goes down, leaving Exist. Again, it's the captain. If you want something done right, you're going to have to do it yourself, Exist. And he's going to be up on the truck trying to get the shot through, but Dupree will clutch it with a triple kill there. And 2 at the end. Very nicely done. 3. Well, could be a third round here for Team Dignitas if they just manage to get that kind of opening again. I mean, Forrest, he picks 3 kills at the beginning of the round, and NIP
disgusting. Still
lose it.
The fact that they're just camping right there, they have no idea. Device turns around, but he's not fast enough.
If Dignitas win this round, NIP are going to be ecoing. You see Get Right's down to a max 7 as well, so there's some evidence here that the Swedish team don't have that much money left. They've got to be careful.
Big opportunity here for Dignitas to turn around the momentum. And again, Dignitas really pacing themselves, taking their time. They're going to go for a bit of the boost, look towards the back of B site there, but nobody's holding for Nip. They have a bit of a, not a forward position, but definitely one that's a bit more passive than that. It is going to be Dignitas trying to change up the pace here, though. They're all coming back over towards this A site with a minute left on the clock, and they are setting up for nades as well. So it looks like their go-to play here for Dignitas is going to be a smoke round onto the A site.
Yeah, it's going to be by truck and pit, so they want to see if they can get in there. That's also why they got a couple of people up in apartments, because they want to see if they can get out. But that opening kill obviously puts everything, slows down this whole idea. Now they're just waiting to see if anyone else is going to go and peek.
The Sipniks get the drop on Forrest, though. That's the big question, and Forrest spots him. So they know now that there's one man holding close. Get right with that mag 7. He's right around the corner. He takes 2 shots to get it done, but it's now setting up to be a Nip play. They just annihilate everybody on short. Dignitas run right into a perfect crossfire there. Forrest, another 3 kills to his name.
Yeah, very a very disconnected round coming out here from Dignitas. I like the idea that they sort of creep up and try and see if they can get another opening frag before they then execute the strat. But actually what kind of happens is they never executed anything at all. Like those smokes they were supposed to throw in the beginning, they didn't do much of anything, and some of them could have actually helped to block out Get Right's vision from the point where, from exactly where he was. Forrest just jumping down into middle this round, takes down AC and Fetish, and things are looking even worse now for Dignitas. They only have pistols, so I mean it's an anti-eco coming out here for NIP, but they're doing a fine job.
Hold it just fine. Freiburg will pick up another one. And that's going to be one kill going their way. Exist is the man dropped there on Nip. I can't believe Forrest actually gets out of there in one piece as well. Down to like 16 HP. One bullet would have done the job, and he just doesn't. Well, he's the bullet dodger. So now Team Dignitas, it looks like it's going to be Device taking the hit, sticking on a CZ-75. And that's a bit surprising. Usually Fetish is the man who actually, you know, if it's only going to be 4 rifles for Dignitas, he's going to be the one taking the hit and just hanging back with the P250, and he hands off a rifle to Device or to any of his other teammates. But Device this time around is just going to go with the CZ-75, and Dignitas, they're trying to force because they are kind of running out of rounds here to play with. They need to get at least 4.5.
Yeah, actually I think they need to get more than that right now. The NIP are definitely, I mean, whatever construction they've been doing in the last couple of days seems to be working pretty well right now. So I'd say Dignitas win the next 2 rounds, then they still have a reasonable chance of doing this. But if they lose any more now, I'm not sure there's going to be much of a chance for them here on Inferno. I mean, this is looking really good for NIP. Get right with a little bit of a flashbang. Actually, right as they push, that's perfect timing. That's going to put a bit of a stop to it, and AC will pick up a kill here. Get right can't connect with it, and Dupree's going to take him down. That's going to give the bomb plant here to the terrorist side. But Flaren takes down Sipnix, so it's still a 3-on-3, and they're actually going to delay the bomb plant a long time here because they had to reposition themselves because of Flaren. So this is working out pretty well. Freiburg looking the wrong way, but still not going down. Dupree will pick up 1 kill. Freiburg in an awkward position. That's now a triple for Dupree, leaving Flaren alone here. 1-on-3. And coming out of the apartments, he's going to take down Dupree first. That's a good opening. And he should keep going. I don't think he has time to run all the way back here. So he's going to face an AC will be there to drop him. And Dignitas are going to take the round. They need 1 more, though, because NIP can still buy.
I like that. Going for the mind games as well. Or at least attempting it, right? Makes noise as if he's running away. 180, tries to get back out onto that site. Hopefully he can potentially catch somebody out of position. You know, if Team Dignitas get a little ahead of themselves and start running around, he could potentially catch them out. But Team Dignitas way too cool on the defense as well. So now it's Fiflaren trying to change it up once again. Goes with the AWP, not going to land that shot, and he's going to get gunned down by Fetish. So entry frag goes Dignitas' way, and this is a fantastic start. But once again, Nip playing aggressive here at the top of Banana. Dupree, he could get rewarded, but he's going to get caught.
Yeah, definitely going to get caught. And he almost peeked far enough to actually be able to see that player up there, who was Freiburg, but just didn't. So it just becomes a bit of a trade. Now, Fiflaren's move a little bit crazy because actually Dignitas have been pretty consistent in grenading the middle. So even if he gets a kill, there's a really good chance he's going to run into 1 or 2 grenades anyway, and it'll still be a little bit of a tricky move from his point of view. Device. Yep, that's going to be fire. And oh, what? He chooses to run back? I'm not sure about that.
He takes a lot of damage there. Down
yeah,
to 26 HP from full HP.
I feel like they could have done something different. Amongst other things, he had a smoke, so he could have actually just tried to smoke off here. AC's going to move up as the next guy with more HP, and he's going to go down straight away to Exist. So this defense is looking really good for NIP. Now there's only 30 seconds left for Dignitas to get something else done, and they got to win this round. They can't just stay on 3, and they will if they lose this round. They're going to be back to $0, and NIP will be just fine. So they're going to make a push for it here at the A-bomb site. Forrest, almost point-blank range, going to take down Fetish coming around the corner, leaving Sipnix and Device 2-on-4 with just 15 seconds left.
Not a whole lot of time to act here, and it's almost that position where Dignitas, it's to their advantage to back off and hold on to the guns that they have. Because Device, I mean, we see him, he's still got gear, he's still got the double flashes and an M4A1, and it seems like that's going to be the call. AK on Sipnix, M4A1 on Device, and rather than risk these guns, they know their economic situation. They know it's going to be rough in the next round, so better to hold on to these guns and actually try and put them to good use here in this round where we can see they just don't have much money on the rest of the team.
Yeah. There's some indecision going on here on Dignitas' side. They had the one round where they were going to smoke towards truck and run into pit, where they sort of failed it as soon as they lost a guy. And then a round like this where, you know, that Molotov kind of put an end to everything for them. They didn't know what to do afterwards.
Oh, he took 11 damage from that smoke nade, Fiflaren. So
no, it must have been a follow-up something.
You can see the nade tagging. Forest.
Dupree charging out. That's a really good opening kill on Forrest. Picks up a gun. Can he take down Get Right as well? He's looking for him, and he's going to win the duel. This is really good work coming out here from Dupree. Sipnix trying follow up. Really crazy spray right now. He's going to have to land a grenade here, but Fiflaren, I think, oh, he's going to walk right into it. So touchdown, and that makes it 2-on-3. If they win this round, Dignitas, with just pistols and 2 rifles, that's obviously a pretty big giveaway for NIP. Though Sipnix does get picked off, and the bomb only now just going down. NIP do have kits and everything else. They're going to try and smoke off the pit, but great flashbang timing here. Going to leave it. AC versus Exist, and AC's going to pick it up there. So very nicely done. 10-4. That's a big round for Dignitas. If they can win this final run and look at NIP's money, it's just not very good. That's going to be huge for them.
NIP will have enough for a decent buy, but this was just fantastic play here by Dupree. The double kill coming in, 1 on short, 1 up and on balcony. I mean, NIP can probably shift some money around, but it's probably going to be 3 guys with rifles, 2 of them with guns. Let's see. Yeah, well, 2 rifles, a Swag 7, and then pistols on the others. So NIP, they still have some firepower. Dignitas, in the meantime, have got full rifles on the board for them. So this is definitely a good situation for Dignitas to find themselves in, especially when it's the 15th round of the half. So they're on the brink of picking up that 5th round, and that's crucial for the Danes.
Yeah, I think 5 rounds is going to be all right. And oh, wow. Exist runs right into Dupree's barrel, leaving just 1 guy with a 5.57 here in the bomb sign. That's Freiburg. He's going to get overrun as well. AC will take him down. And that is pretty much the round here for Dignitas. Really hard for NIP to get back in and retake this bomb site without a kit and without very many rifles either.
Nice headshot there by Fiflaren, though. 2-on-4 situation now, Forrest. And Fiflaren, last guy's alive. Fiflaren has managed to recover Exist's AK, or rather his M4. He's going to run right into Device, though, and this is now going to be Forrest alone, 1v4. Already taking fire through the smoke as well. That's not helping things, and they will annihilate him in the end. Dupree with the final frag. But Dignitas will get out of this with 5 rounds. Now, 5 rounds is enough, especially when you're talking about Dignitas, who are just such a good team on the CT side. If they pick up the pistol here, they could run away with the game still. So we have to see if the construction, you know, we see that they've changed things up on the CT side now for NIP. Some clever plays coming through. Now do they have that to follow up on the T side? Are we going to see anything new here out of the Swedes?
It's got to be a little bit disappointing because I think NIP were ahead 7-1 at some point in this game. So you finish 10-5, you're not going to be excited. I mean, 10 is not a bad score for the CT side, but I think the way it happened, NIP are going to be a little bit disappointed in themselves. Forrest, though, I mean, 19-0 and 7 is definitely very respectable. But let's see. We're going to the second half here. It's a best-of-3, guys, and we're only just getting started here between NIP and Dignitas. So if you are just joining us, then welcome to the Fragbite Masters Season 3. Now, NIP going for the Glock train all the way up the middle. They're going to run into Dupree, and actually that smoke's going to prevent him from shooting, but he keeps going through anyway, and Device will take that shot on Freiburg. They are making their way over in the pit. It's Device ready and waiting, looking for a double kill, and he gets that headshot. That was really fast on to Get Right, leaving just Forrest now, and there's almost no way out here. Dupree will end up with a double, Device with a triple, and that 1 pistol shot was really sexy down in that pit. 10-6.
No hesitation out of Dignitas there with the calls as well. As we can see here on this replay, the rotation came in so quickly from Dignitas from that B site. They didn't waste any time at all. As soon as they spotted them at the top of mid, Team Dignitas got their guys off a B site and just closed in on that A site. So even if NIP managed to sneak the guy with the bomb up onto that site, him having the time to be able to actually get that plant, it's not very likely. So Dignitas, they managed to hold, and that's it. They're off to that start they need here in the second half. Getting that pistol, they have a double ump and an MP9.
Wow.
Triple SMG play. This isn't something we see too often.
It's like almost at the point where you kind of wish Dignitas get punished for this kind of nonsense. But I mean, it's working. NIP actually have armor because they didn't get the bomb plant down, and they're not going for what Dignitas did, which was buying in the 3rd round with Galils. So these SMGs are somehow still coming into effect. That's a UMP shot from Sipnix there. And they got 1 kill on the MP9. They got 2 kills on the UMP. This is fantastic.
This is stupid money.
Yeah.
This is a stupid amount of money going into Dignitas' pockets right now. So now if they're going to persist to go towards this B site, this is not going to shape up well here. They do manage to take out Device, though, and that's... yeah, it is Device, rather, with that M4A1, but then Fetish setting it up, and Fetish and Sipnix split it. 3 kills for an UMP, 2 for an MP9, and they even saved the M4A1 at the end. That is a damn near perfect round for Team Dignitas. They made... Look at this. It's just obscene how much money they have after that. 5,200 right there on SIP.
Because they know that NIP went for armor, they pretty much know they're going to be unarmored this time, so they just keep the UMPs. This is great stuff coming out. Definitely going to give them some more money going into the later stages of this game. Double grenade down the middle won't catch anybody. Fetish pretty quickly taking control of a banana here. And NIP playing it fairly defensively over by second mid somewhere, just now getting into apartments. And obviously with just pistols, it's a little bit tricky.
And there we have it already. B site has been cleared up. Dignitas just hold. Dupree attempting to reload at the wrong time there. It's going to be Forrest dancing around the corner. Forrest trying to make something happen. He's going to get headshot by Dupree, and that's going to shut it down. It's down to 2 members here for NIP. They just try and run and gun and get right midair. Gets the headshot on Dupree. He's still here as well. He's got the up. He can do the damage if he can just land the first shot, but AC's going to put him down. How Team Dignitas continue?
How did get so close? I want to imagine he almost like pulled his collar mid-air and just like put the gun to his head and fired. That was definitely crazy.
That's like a true ninja kill right there.
Yeah,
right?
look at this.
Look at this. They just follow each other down.
Ouch. That's pretty cool. I want to see that in third person at some point. 10-8, 19th round coming up. There is an AWP on device, which is not that unusual for Inferno. We've seen that a couple of times before. NIP no AWP so far, but they could do it later if they wanted to. And AC actually should be really careful up in these apartments. He's going to pick up that kill on Get Right anyway, but Forrest will take him down in return, and that's still kind of good for NIP. That's a good trade for them.
Still looking exactly where NIP are going to go through. I mean, a 4-on-4 favors NIP in this situation. T-side, Team Dignitas are going to have to cover more ground with less members here. But good nades going up into apartments. That's going to ring exist bells, and they're starting to push towards short. Now Forrest taking point there, taking a lot of damage, down to 5 HP, and he has to get out of there. Incendiary grenade from Dupree is going to make that way too hot to handle.
Sibnix is moving into Library in the other side of the map, or sort of towards Archways. This is really good. This is a good rotation coming in right now from Dignitas. They're defending this bomb site really well at the moment. Fragbite could open it up with a kill on Sibnix, and he might almost have a chance here, but he just misses him. Oh, just at the edge of the screen. Very unfortunate timing there, leaving Exist and Forrest 2-on-3 now as they do pick up that first kill. Second kill comes in as well. Forrest doing massive work right now. He's on a triple, and he needs a little bit more. Dupree's down to the pit. He's going to go down to Exist with the help of Forrest flashbang, and that leaves Fetish here in a 1-on-2. Now, he spotted one guy. You know, the other guy's just put down the bomb, so he has a bit of a clue of what's going on here, but this is still a pretty hard clutch to pull through, and especially with a bullet in your face. That's 4 kills for Forrest, and 3 of them when he's on 5 health. He's at 25 kills, just 20 rounds into this game. And this is the Forrest that I think everyone just wants to see all the time, basically.
Oh, this is the Forrest that when Nip play... Well, when Nip look unstoppable, a lot of the times it does look like it's Forrest who's leading the frags for them, leading in frags. He just seems to be picking them up left and right. That was just some really nice team play there, especially between Exist and Forrest. Exist baiting out Team Dignitas to look up in apartments. That left device exposed once Forrest gets that first kill. He's not really sure where to look. Exist pops out, takes him out. So, I mean, it's just really nicely done there by NIP playing down that position from a 2-on-4.
Well, device going to quickly trade here, Exist for AC. And Dupree is in a really good position here with a max 7. Should be an easy kill, and indeed it is. And that's Forrest going down. So they lose their top fragger on the NIP side. And can they manage without him? Well, we're going to have to find out here. Dupree takes down 1 and 2 and then 3. Get Right falling last. Pretty cool triple sequence coming out here from Dupree with a max 7. And that's a really big deal here because NIP are suffering a lot from just winning that one round and then losing again. Dignitas don't really have a great economy either, but it's better than NIP's.
Yeah, this is what happened to Dignitas at the beginning of the first half as well. You know, they'd win a round and then they'd get their money reset. So we're gonna have to see if Nip can manage to find a way to deal with this a little bit more effectively than Dignitas did. They're not gonna have as much time to act.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch. Freiburg down to 3 HP from a couple nades down to bottom banana. Nip, I mean, Forrest even eating some up in apartments. And Dupree with this 5-7 is going to be a perfect position for him. Up close like this in the apartments, he can hold that balcony solo. And Dignitas have chosen to hold double on Arch as well. So they're really just leaving apartments up to Dupree. Dupree, do your job up there, and we're going to focus on the other side and just have a bit of a crossfire that way.
Yeah. NIP, I think they're just hoping for like a golden opening where they just kill one person, get in and get the bomb down. I think that's the main thing here, which is actually why I'm a little bit sad that NIP haven't invested into any smoke grenades or anything this round, because I think getting a bomb plant here would be pretty big.
Or you go for a Fnatic, right? Something along those lines.
Try and see if you can somehow get in there, but it's going to be Dupree with another triple. That's 6 kills with the max 7 in 2 rounds. That's a lot of money in his bank. Like $8,700 is what he's banking. And actually, he's going to throw the max 7 away. He could have even kept it, and we know a couple of players that do that. JW would have been one, for instance.
Yeah.
We've seen him keep the max 7 into actual rifle rounds, which is kind of fun. But not for Dupree. He's at 23 kills, by the way, so catching up to Forrest at some point.
It's like that JW point is a bit particular just because it's like Nuke and Train are like the two maps where he will really do that. Just hold on to that Mag 7. So it's cool to see the specialists, you know, in play like that. But for now, at least, when you know that your opponents are going to be going up to rifles, better not to mess around. Ooh. Bit of a missed opportunity there. Device actually managing to get into noob corner. He's going to lob a nade right there. Tags up 2 members here for Nip, and Nip are down 2 guys already in this round, so this is not shaping up too nicely. Forrest will manage to take out AC, bring it back to a 3-on-4, but Exist has yet to find that frag over by Arch, and that's going to cost him in the end because Device is still here ready to hold them off. They still have a good number of nades, however, on the T side right now, Nip. 2 smokes, 3 flashes. They can still get something done. They just have to see if they can't find a pick somewhere. If Dignitas are going to get antsy and start peeking around on the map trying to find the T side.
These 2 smokes, yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a B play, but actually the way this is setting up, I'm not sure if they aren't going to rotate back to A, because they still got Exist over here.
They got themselves
time for it as well.
That's the question, and I mean, this is prompting a rotation out of Dignitas. Look at the positioning here for Device, and an entry frag from Freiburg is huge as well. That's really selling this.
It definitely is. Freiburg needs to do a little bit more. He's going to walk in. He's going to get taken down by Sipnik. So still Dupree's in the pit here, and Exist actually making enough noise, so Dupree's patience is going to pay off massively any second now. Well, they're going to be walking back, but Dupree knows there's someone here, so he's calling for backup, and you can tell Device is coming in to help out. There's going to be a 3rd player coming in really soon. And yeah, NIP hoped and probably thought there was going to be no one in this bomb site any longer, but it's not the truth. Device and Dupree will pick up a kill each, and that's just very patient play, because with just about 30 seconds left, once you get that entry frag at B, it wouldn't have been unreasonable to assume that Dupree would have rotated out of the pit. And if he had, Exist had been up in balcony and they would have got the kill, that would have been a counter rotation from NIP and they could have maybe won the round. But yeah, just overall smart play from Dignitas, staying in position.
Basic play, right? They didn't see the bomb. They saw Freiburg because he was shooting their mates, but they didn't see the bomb. So they had no way of knowing if it was over at the B side or on the A side. So again, Dignitas following through with the basics. Dupree this time around is going to be holding a little bit close, and he's going to bait. I love this. The smoke sound, he's just drawing them out. Double kill for him. He gets overwhelmed in the end by Get Right, but still, 2 kills for Dupree. It's not too shabby.
And Dignitas is definitely in the lead in this game right now. I mean, at 11-11, this is definitely a CT-sided map, and Dignitas' economy is also looking better than NIP's right now. So for all the lead that they had early on, 7-1 in the first half, and now we're back at a tied scoreline, 11-11 here. And they have picked up that 1 rifle. They also have a Molotov on Get Right, assuming that's stolen as well. They could actually Molotov the noob corner here, which would be fun times.
If he goes for it, look at the Florin though. Just facing, no fear at all. He will double peek, however, and that's going to get him punched at the end. Fetish is there. There's that incendiary going down. Get Right with the spray. Only going to get the 1 though. Device will be taken out. Fetish managing to get the kill. And Nip just limping their way through these rounds right now. Only 2 kills on Dignitas isn't quite cutting it. I mean, they're getting kills, so as far as an eco, it's like, okay, you're still managing to get 2 guys down, but if they could get 3, that changes it completely. Dignitas are going to have to spend a whole lot more money in the round to come.
That initial use of the smoke sound to bait them out was really fun. That's something we need to see more, I think, on a pro level. There are a lot of different opportunities for people to do that, so that's definitely very cool. Device actually doesn't get the flick shot off on whoever was down there. I think there was Forrest waiting for him. But they do have the AWP back, and at least NIP know that much, and Forrest is maybe a little bit too, I don't know, confident.
No fear. Drops him down to 43. You needed an AWP in that battle right there, Forrest. Device now changing it up. He's going to be holding in pit. No, that's your teammate.
I mean, not having fear is kind of good, but also if it means you're going to stand on the train tracks and stand stop the train from running you over, then it's a bad thing. Needs to be some moderation. Moderation in all things, I believe, is the...
Well, he may be a fanatic, he just believes. And the thing is that, no fear, and he lands that headshot. That changes a lot. That gives Nip that entry frag. So, yeah, a bit risky, high risk, but also high reward potentially. Get Right just goes leaping out through the smoke, goes for the spray, but AC just shuts him down.
I think he got hit shot mid-air. Yeah. Well, firebombing in through the B bomb site here, but Sipnik's not really affected by it. He's just going to fall back to a safe position where there's no fire currently going on. 30 seconds left for NIP. They got to make a move, and actually this Molotov is going to force them out of yellow, so now they got to make a move forward. Otherwise, they're going to burn to death in turn. Fetish going to pick up a kill on Freiburg. A second attempt comes in through here. Dupree will just charge with the smoke and take down 2 players. Existent with Flaren falling. It's 13-11, and NIP, well, they can and they probably should force it up because I don't think they can afford to give Dignitas more rounds and more money. Look at the money on the Danish side here. They could lose a round and still buy. They could maybe even lose 2 rounds and still buy on the Dignitas side, and that's something that NIP can't afford. So yeah, they make the force, and I think that's the reasonable choice.
Yeah, there's also the bit of the joke approach to that, which is, oh, they have more than $3,000. Exist is telling them to buy. that's just his style. They have around 35, 335. Okay, buy, guys, buy. So NIP still, they're on the line here, and they do have enough money to get some decent nades on their side. No, not many HEs, but still, smokes on everybody. So there can still be a play here. I'm curious to see if they're just going to try and go for a smoke round, because look at them gathering up right now outside of apartments. They've got 3 guys there along with the bomb.
Yeah.
All 4, in fact, apart from Get Right. And there you go. Smokes are going to go in on this A site, and it gets about as cookie cutter as you please right here. Dignitas now, they know what's coming in.
The timing is 1 second too late. The last member of Dignitas has shown up. This is a 4-man hold in the A-bomb site. If they had done this 3 seconds earlier, they would have been here in time. But now, all of Dignitas are almost here, and Sipnix and AC open up the bidding. Get Right will get a return kill on AC, though, so it's not all bad, but they need a lot more right now. And time is running up. Everybody is rotating in now. The whole of Dignitas know what's going on. And almost Exist has fallen down as well. Dupree hiding behind this box is going to take down the Swedish captain. And it's going to be Fiflan falling next, leaving Get Right alone inside the pit. And not even he can control the spray well enough to win that. So 14-11. That was like watching an accident waiting to happen, because what Dignitas did was like almost one of the most standard holds on the CT side of Inferno, which is smoking off the bottom of Banana, then putting 1 person down there and leaving everyone else at A. And NIP was setting up to do their push before that 4th person was rotating in, and they got that timing wrong by like 3 or 4 seconds. If they had pushed 3 or 4 seconds earlier, they would have been a 5-on-3 in that bomb site.
They just get bogged down in the end. That's another real issue there. But yeah, it's already entry frags. Whoa, double Freiburg and Get Right waking up, though, for NIP. Forrest gets taken out initially, but then they come right back into this, and now they've got a 2-man lead. This is a 4-on-2 take of the B site here for NIP. Team Dignitas not wasting any time with the rotation, though, coming right back into it. But it's Device taking point, and he's got to take out Freiburg, and he does just that. So now a 2-on-3 retake here for the Danes.
Yeah, the bomb goes down here. Still really good turnaround from NIP. I thought for sure they were going to lose that round, because this was the Dignitas power play. They just wanted to see if they can shut NIP out of the map, but in turn, well, they get shut down. In spite of the opening kill happening for Dignitas, that was really cool. And that does make a pretty big difference, though Dignitas can buy this round and the next one, even if they lose it. So there's still a long ways to go for NIP. But the fact that they crushed that aggressive push is definitely important.
Yeah, for some reason I'm imagining what was going through AZ's mind there at the end of the round, where he's just like, wait a second, I just killed Get Right. How is someone behind me? Like, Exist, you're doing this whole Get Right lurker impression, man. It's not supposed to happen. You're throwing your enemies for a loop.
1 is enough, right? Oh, grenade landing down there, and Freiburg actually doing an incredible amount of damage. Device somehow missing that shot, and Fetish goes down. This is definitely some sloppy play coming out from Dignitas, because either one of them should have probably killed Freiburg. I mean, you can see he's on 4 health, and Device will eventually take him down. Overkill with the AWP shot, but I guess gets the job done. Get Right not winning that battle against AC, and in turn it's Exist who comes in, shoots right through the balcony, and is going to be claiming that A-bomb site.
Sick spray control from Exist, and also to spot the man out beneath the roof there on short. That was awesome play there, and now all of a sudden man advantage here for NIP, and they're going to get control of this A site, no problem at all. Dignitas, are they going to pick up on this? And they will. The question is now, they figure out what's happening here. Dignitas, actually, if we could bring up the scoreboard real quick, imagine they're going to be a bit hard-pressed. Actually, if they hold on to these 2 guns, next round is going to be just fine. They're going to have more than enough money for a full buy. At this point, it's just Dignitas saying, okay, 2v3 retake of A. There's so many angles we're going to have to check. Likelihood of us actually pulling this off, not that good. But we're ahead, and if we manage our money well by holding on to these 2 very expensive rifles, we'll give ourselves better chances in the next round.
Yeah, I think it would have been suicide to try and retake it at this point, because they were so far away as well. If they had been over, and if they had already been in Archway Library, I'm sure they would have tried to go for a pick-off kill and made it a 2-on-2 or something like that. NIP just all surviving with very little health, but it's going to be just fine. 13-14. This is only the first game, and it's already getting really tense. I'm loving it. 13-14, yeah. I mean, we'll have to see if NIP can make it all the way back, because they've been very far behind in this game.
It used to be there was a day when NIP, you could never count them out, even if they had like 4 rounds or whatever on their T side. They were always capable of walking in and getting entry frags, just like Freiburg did in the last round. So now we have to see if Freiburg is going to be able to continue to take point here for the Swedes and actually open up the map. But instead, it's going to be Device, and he doesn't miss this time. Forrest is out from mid, and that's a man advantage going Dignitas' way.
Oh, Exist walking in with his back turned on AC, and that's going to be a second kill going in favor of the Danish team. So that is kind of the opposite of what the doctor prescribed here for NIP. They needed to get those entries, as you were talking about.
Surprised. I was wondering where Freiburg was. It seems like he was kind of floating around here. He's carrying the bomb at mid.
There's a couple of things that are working quite heavily against NIP right now. One of them is the amount of smoke and grenades generally left on Dignitas here. There's about 50 seconds left, and they just used one of them there, but they still have another smoke and a Molotov on Fetish. And actually 2 more smokes. So that's really nicely handled here from Dignitas, just managing their grenades.
Yeah, and also playing very passively, making sure that NIP have to run down the clock to come and hunt for them. Fiflar, and with that AWP, though, is going to catch AC out, and that's what we're talking about. But Device gets right up in the apartments. Device not going to get a second shot off, and there you go, Fiflarin. Fiflarin walks in and gets 3 kills and brings it back to a 2-on-2. They get the bomb plant now, NIP.
See, that was definitely very, very impressive. I'm very sad. We're going to have to go back and look at the demo and see that from Fiflarin's point of view, because that was so clean. And now it's Sipnix and Fetish trying to see if they can retake this, but Fiflarin is in a good position. That smoke's not going to block him. It's going to block his teammate, maybe. But it should still be almost impossible for Dignitas to get in here. They have the kit on either player. They need an entry, though. If Fiflarin going to stay alive a little bit longer, he goes down, and now it's a 1-on-1, and Freiburg comes up with a great double kill, and NIP will pull it back to 14-14. And Dignitas, well, they can still buy, but the fact is, if they lose this round, they're going to eco, and NIP are probably going to take it 16-14, which honestly would be very, hugely painful, because a lot of the last couple of rounds have been thrown away by Dignitas simply screwing up a little bit.
Yeah, not landing that shot initially, or just sick individual play coming in from NIP. So, I mean, Fiflarin, that's going to be his round right there, stepping up. But, 14-14 situation here. NIP, they get in through the initial seconds here of this round unscathed. No nade damage dealt, although Asia has taken a bit here for the Danes, so he's going to be playing a little bit more passively. But look at Dignitas, their setup right now. No aggression in Banana, no aggression on A. They really are holding back and making sure that NIP have to come hunting for them.
This is kind of a scary situation over at the B bomb site, because those smokes are going to leave Sipnix very much alone. Although NIP are already speeding up behind it, so you got to wonder what the ultimate play here is. They still have 2 more smokes left. They just used one of them, so they can still go for either A or B with just 2 smokes. Not sure if it wouldn't be smarter going for the B bomb site.
All the smokes are used up here. Look at this. Get right. Gets flashed in, and he manages to pick up one. He's not going to get the second, though. Device, better control from him. Goes for the repeak and picks up the frag. So we're into a 4-on-4 now. And NIP looks like they want to rotate back around. They're selling this fake so hard, and Dignitas are biting 3 guys over on the B site. Dupree does a 180, gets back over onto that A site. He's the only man here, however, for the Danes. And NIP, they're about to come a knocking.
Oh, if NIP had pushed all in right when they threw those smokes, it would have been perfect. But now as they're wasting more time here, Dignitas to get her into better positions. They can still do it, but they got to get an entry frag right here. And Dupree might be the target. Bomb goes down, so now they definitely know. And you can't hide behind this box anymore, Dupree. That's going to get him killed. Device peeking out will take down Freiburg. Just 10 seconds now. They got to get that bomb plant. And actually, the rest of Dignitas really slow on the rotation.
It's very scary, right? Dignitas, they don't want to throw this away. Exist is holding that strong position from Pit, looking towards short, misses the shot though, and Fetish is going to take out his teammate. It's all down to Exist now, 1v3 alive in the pit, and he has to try and catch them, but Sipnix is going to take him out, and that's going to be Dignitas with the 15th round on the board. More than enough time for the defuse here, and that is what, well, that's how Team Dignitas get rewarded for their patience. They figure out where NIP are holding from, and then they just, easy as you please, just walk into that site and get it done.
So NIP, I think they've had 2 rounds now. We've been talking about some of Dignitas' mistakes, and NIP couldn't know they were making a mistake, but they've had 2 rounds so far on the Swedish side, where if they push just like 3 or 4 seconds earlier, the timing is absolutely godlike. But as a result of the fact that they wait, they end up giving Dignitas enough time to get into better positions, and that kind of cost them the round, unfortunately. 15-14 here, and it's going down to the very last round of the half. Could either be Dignitas winning, or it could be overtime, which obviously we're hoping for. Overtime is always fun. Dupree doesn't want any overtime. He's going to take down the top fragger on NIP, and Get Right falls next to Device. So good start, but we'll see if NIP can bring it back from here.
Yeah, they're down 2 guys, and Device is still holding this position over at Arch. If they come peeking out from Boiler, he's going to have a surprise for them. But the smoke is going to go down to block off Arch, and this is actually a pretty decent situation here for NIP. Device is going to be waiting to see if any of his teammates pick him up on the minimap. He's lined up for this shot, just waiting.
Yeah, and IP need to move before the smoke clears, because this is kind of the whole point of smoking off archery, is that you mainly have to worry about what's going on over at quad. But device goes down. It's a nice opening from Freiburg. If they can drop down the player in pit here, which is Dupree, that would be great. Dupree's going to take down Freiburg, and now they're really running out of players and time. 35 seconds. AC's going to drop the bomb, and I think that's going to be the end here. Double kill for AC. Exist falls, and it's 16-14 for Team Dignitas.
Just incredible play there at the end.